Maar dan is baie eer hier van mij. Baie eer. Ik zeg weer, die prijs is bij Gangsterism, straks enige ding in die plekken is baie om aan te gaan raken. Als je het lekker kan kopen bij die winkel, zoals het niet bij om een tractor gaat kopen. Ik mezelf was maar een wat strakker in die plaatsen. Ik had hier waar je mee uit te komen. Ik sukkel ook maar mezelf was om uit te denken. Zo wat zij doen vandaag, je kennis jezelf was. Toen die zelf wat je ouders doen, zo alle volgen maar niet voor jou. Wat hulle zien op je hoeken, allemaal hulle volgen maar niet voor jou. Dat is wat ik jou kan zeggen.
Altijd jij, ik weet.
De gangsters, alles vandaag, al de kinderen van lang. Maar dat is al ooit in de gangsters. Staan ze, als je drugs, als je guns, als je kwijt weet, wat is met TV. Staan ze, wat de mensen, alles. Die paar hardwerk voor zo goed is. Weet je wat die mensen heeft? Weet je kwijt karren niet, weet je kwijt grote TV's. Nou ja, de kinderen zijn die. Zoals 2 teams, en dan was je, ik wil een dokter bekomen. Ik wil een policeman bekomen. En in die gemeenschap, die kinderen van die policeman zijn visie. Iedere team wil een policeman worden, of een fireman, verstaan ze? De rest wel wat wist. Gangsterism en drugs.
Getting into trouble, never following the rules. Nowadays things change, and now you're cold-blooded. Every time I try to tie you, only trying to get blunted. I remember back then, when we was both cool. Getting into trouble, never following the rules. Nowadays things change, and now you're cold-blooded. Every time I try to talk, you only trying to get blunted. I remember back then.
Why did you get suspended? Hey?
I hit the girl because she liked me.
You hit the girl because she liked you. Wow. And you? Hey?
Wie suspended for the same thing?
So jullie vier het een meisje in die klaskamer gehouden? Nee, hij.
Toen wou ik een meisje uitgaan.
So zij die het toegehouden, maar jullie 3 was net samen.
Oh, we zitten in die klas.
This is the thing. If you do not change the way you think now, then you might as well go join the guy that's standing on the corner. And then you can join the guys that's at the moment in prison, and it's not because they were bad, it's because they made bad choices. It started with small things. You can change your thinking now and make something of your life. Being a gangster doesn't make you a man. You end up 2 ways. It's prison or dead. You'll come here and we're gonna have some fun. Let's go up to the classroom.
Rolmodels, eerst te beginnen is bij hulle rolmodels van, nou wie toe kyk hulle op na toe? Wie lei vir hulle? Wie wys vir hulle wat is reg wat verkeerd? Iemand wat vir hulle lei, wat belangrik is. Sien jy?
Boys, that side, boys. There we go. There we go, boys. I think you, just because you support Chelsea.
I support Chelsea.
Okay, boys, bring it back. Bring it back. A lot of you know what tuk is. Morning, afternoon, evening, get into my bed, go sleep. Because it didn't have an effect on my body anymore. If I'm there, if I start smoking, then I'm gonna be someone. If I start drinking, then I'm gonna be someone. Started selling drugs. And the turning point for me came when I got stabbed 6 times. I was like, I can die on the streets, or I can change my life. Because this is the thing, our community do not define who we are. The choices that you make here, that defines you. That's going to determine what type of man you're going to be one day. You can easily walk into communities like this and like say that, oh, nothing good is ever going to come from it. Because that is the way I felt for a very long time, is that I'm not good enough. I will never become anything. And so easily we can just accept it as the norm, as, oh, it is what it is. That is the way people are in the community, but that is a lie. Where's the board game? Show me. Seeing my sons now and them having their dad at home, it's a total different experience because I get to do and get to be what I never had. They would never know the challenges. We're not just investing into young people now, we're investing into their futures. Because they will be grown men one day, and if they know their values and their identity, they will automatically teach their children that, and with that you're changing the cycle, you're building a healthy environment, healthy communities that ultimately will build this nation.
Follow you through to the school. Yes. This is Luzak. So Luzak is straight. Yeah. Okay, great. So we'll follow you through to the school, and then will you introduce us just to the principal? Awesome. Okay. Perfect. Amazing. Don't drive too fast. Go down around the corner. Okay, perfect. Okay. Thanks, Ange.
Earlier on this year, this is actually really emotional. She loves you guys. But it's actually a dream come true. With everything that's happening in the area, I want to say thank you to Hillsong Africa. They could have decided, like lots of other organizations, have turned me down. But I just want to say thank you. Shine means so much, and you girls are going to get so much out of it.
My God, this world is yours. Oh, you made to be yours. I know you love us all.
I'm Angeline Grill, I'm better known as Angie. I'm a sergeant in the South African Police Force, and I'm stationed at Kensington Police Station. I serve Kensington and Factorton, the areas, and I work in the schools and in the community, and I'm also the media liaison officer for Kensington and Factorton area.
You're more than welcome in school.
Yeah, because the rap is actually new. How long have you been at this?
This is my first year.
Oh, wow.
So it's actually like new, but I've been in the police for 24 years, but my passion has always been children, and it's always been community. So I enjoy what I do because I get to work and I get to see firsthand what our community experiences. We were invited to a colour conference, and that's actually where I heard about Shine, but not really knowing what Shine was. And then last year I actually had the opportunity to do the Shine course, and it touched my life so much. I just had this thought of, if I can get this out to my community.
Does anybody think that they're valuable? Put your hand up if you think that you are valuable. Not everybody's hands went straight up. So by the end of 6 weeks, when we ask you that question, you girls are gonna like jump on your chairs and go crazy. So are you excited? Yeah. Yes?
We believe that every person should know that they're valuable, whether they're, you know, old, young, rich, poor, despite their ethnicity or culture or background. You cannot put a price on a human life, and yet we so often make decisions that put us in harmful situations. We compromise on our standards, we compromise on what we know is true. We allow people to take advantage of us, we allow people to mistreat us, and I think that a lot of the time stems back to us not actually having a personal revelation of our value and our worth.
So like, it doesn't matter what people say to you, what people do to you. Remember what we did to the 10 Rand just now? Yes. When like, Mimi was crushing it and doing all this stuff to it. So like maybe the crushing can be, maybe you've been abused in your past, maybe you've been bullied in your past, maybe people have said nasty things to you in the past, but then that doesn't take away anything from you. And then you actually have the proof in your hands. So everyone raise up your thumb and say, I have the proof in my hands. I have the proof in my hands. I am one of a kind.
So with the police, we may be just reacting to the symptoms, but Shine and Strength is getting down into the core issues of why is this child reacting to this? Why is this child becoming a gangster? Why is this child doing drugs? So that to me was something that I thought, this is what our schools need. Because I can tell you now already, those children don't go to church. So if we can have Shine and Strength come into the schools right where they are, it's made an impact already. I don't even need to say it's going to make an impact. It's made an impact already.
Be courageous in who you are. Have the courage to say no. Have the courage to walk away from things. When you leave this place, I don't know when you're leaving, but when you get back, go be that dad. Go back to your workplace. Go be that brother. Go find that church.
You know, we can hear many things from people, and most of the time we don't listen to them because they never walk in mine in our shoes. But when I find a person that's walked a mile or more, it makes it even that more special. Because it gives us that faith and hope. You can, why can't I? I mean, that's what basically just for me is to go across all the time. If you can, why can't I? You know, and I believe I can because you did. That's all I ask.
We will change this nation, we will change communities, and we will change this continent. So for me, my personal view is that there's a lot of untapped potential in communities. There's a lot of gold, and we're going after it. And that is my commitment. It's to keep on believing in people, because I walked into a church where people believe in me and see the best in me, and I will see the best in others.
Joshua, come give me a hug. Sorry. How are you? Hi. You look good, man. Let me see. But there's a lot of good in Factoryton also. If you look at the little ones, they're full of energy, they're full of life. They are just waiting for somebody to take their hand and say, listen, I'll walk alongside you.
Hello, my name is Sayora. I'm 12 years old. My dream one day is going to be a doctor.
What can stop me of being a doctor one day? There's not actually anything that can stop me because I want to be a doctor out of my own.
A scientist, a lawyer, or a president. I want to build what's so cool. I want to harness zero gravity so I can what's so cool build a floating car.
one day I would like to become a lawyer to show people doesn't matter where you come from, you need to rise above the circumstances and be what you want to be in life.
You are peace to a restless soul. Peace when the thoughts wage war. Peace to the anxious heart. You are peace when the fear takes hold. Peace when I feel enclosed. Peace when I lose control. That's who you are. That's who you are. I found peace far beyond all understanding. Let it flow when my mind's under siege. All anxiety bows in the presence of Jesus, the keeper of peace.